Over the end line. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
21. Get up! Right! 21!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory?
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Lock in.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Gotta go.
They go play action. Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
We go. You see it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Trubisky. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Brooks Reed in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Coleman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Coleman. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Get out! Gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun! Right! 11. 20, 20. We go! 11.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Lock in, lock in.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down, Freeman looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gun! Hey, express! Oh, Eddie, sit on it! 21! 22! Gun! Left! You got tight right there.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there in the 50-yard line post-game, because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44, that's nothing for him.
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it.
There you go.
You don't like the McCourty thing, though.
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, 18.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brooks Reed in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Gun. Hey, Tuesday. Let's go! Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And Hill running right through it. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bryant's kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling
under pressure, and they got to him again. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the 3rd quarter, and interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his second.